This movie had a lot of no sense. It it was just kind of there.
Like people were just making poor decisions, like
just bad decisions for an adult. If it were kids or like teens doing this, I'd be like, okay, you don't have your full brain yet. Like that makes sense. But these are adults. Like, come on, man. Hi, I'm Danielle.
I'm Del.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
Alright, so today was... Alright, so today was another new one. It was End of the Road.
Yes, starring Queen Latifah, who we've watched multiple times on this channel, and Ludacris, who I think we've watched on this channel.
I feel like we have. Like, he felt familiar, but now that I think about it, it could have just been his Fast and Furious stuff, you know?
Yeah.
He's definitely right at
because
home
I don't Yeah, because I don't remember if we told you all, but before we did this, we just watched all the Fast and the Furious stuff together. So sometimes we're like, have we seen you in the actual Black Catch-Up thing? Or like, is this just holdover Fast and Furious? Yeah. But as always, I am DB. In this high-octane action thriller, a cross-country road trip becomes a highway to hell for Brenda and her family. Alone in the New Mexico desert, they have to fight for their lives when they become the targets of a mysterious killer.
Okay. Yeah, I guess as usual we start off with things we liked about it.
Yes.
I guess I can kick this one off. I liked the plot of this one. I thought it was like...
Oh, I went the other way.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I guess I said, like, more like the idea. Like, I thought it was pretty concise and just kind of, like, lighthearted and fun. You know, I did think there were, like, some, like, major pitfalls in it, but for the most part, I thought it was, like, very lighthearted and just kind of fun, just watching them kind of, like, be on the run with this, like, bag of money kind of thing. And, I thought there were, like, a pretty good amount of, like, fun scenes in this one. What scenes did I have down? Oh, I had like the first. Oh no, that's a different point. Never mind. Yeah, but I thought the plot was just kind of like lighthearted and fun. Like the stakes never felt like super high. And
they were not high even a little bit.
But
which is weird considering it was like you could have gotten murdered.
Yeah,
but the stakes were not that high, which is very odd.
Yeah, but especially for like this 90-minute movie, it was concise. It was just like a good, concise, like fun plot to me.
Yeah, you were just in and out in this movie. You were like, boom, boom.
It was quick. There weren't like too many extra things going on, you know.
No.
I did like that aspect.
The first thing, I have only a couple things for this part, but the main thing, the family had good family chemistry, I think. When they were forced in that car together, when they were trying to like get to talking, and then they finally get to start like ribbing each other, and just the scenes with all four of them together pretty much always worked. I think they had really good chemistry as a family unit. Even when Ludacris's character has he's with the two kids and they're captured or whatever, he like is a good uncle figure to them. Like again, great chemistry all around for this cast. I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll highlight Queen Latifah's character. I thought she did very good in this one. Had some like very like tense scenes. The one like that first chase scene with the white boys kind of like harassing them on the road.
Yeah.
I thought she showed like great emotion in that one. Even like further down the line
when they made her apologize and all that stuff. Yeah. Oof.
And like even further down the line, like her like driving crazy to like save her son, those kind of things. Her like kind of trying to be the boss on the phone, like, you know what, I'll make my own rules kind of thing. So I really did like her character in this one.
I did too. The only other thing I have here is that I liked the fight scene in the house when they're against the sheriff who is cross and his wife. Just like the kids banding together and like taking them out, and the whole quips with the "get your Martha Stewart looking ass in the basement right now, get in there." Like just that whole thing with the old lady. It was a pretty fun in the house fight scene. I liked it.
Yeah, that was my last scene too. I like that kind of like final twist and fight scene in the house as well.
Yeah.
But, all right, I guess so. Are we getting into negatives now?
Yeah.
All right. I guess you can kick it off.
Yeah, I only have one, and that was this movie. The plot is good when you think about what the bare bones of this is the plot of the movie. in execution, this movie doesn't really make sense. I don't know how else to explain it. It's not like confusing or anything. It's just you have the characters and you're like, you're not acting like a person right now. Like, what is going on? Like when Ludacris's character takes the money and is shocked that Queen Latifah is upset he took it. I'm like, why would that be shocking? Yeah. You took money from a crime scene. Like, now someone came, like, why are you confused by that? When I peeped that the sheriff was a bad guy pretty quickly. I don't know if I just don't trust cops, but I was like, he's the bad guy. Like, I sniffed that one out real quick. When they got mad at the daughter for flipping off the guys who were harassing her, I was like, why are you getting mad at her? Like, I understand that, like, now you're in this tense situation, but, like, don't blame the victim. She was, like, harassed by these two weird white guys and just flipped them off. Now they're trying to kill you. Like, one of these is not like the other. Like, what are you talking about? And then this movie, just, like, they don't act like real people. I think that's just it. I don't understand.
No, so the point I had written down, I said the adults just made poor decisions throughout the whole movie. Yeah! It was like the exact same things you said. Like, and then toward the end, like, she was like, oh yeah, let the kid go to his bathroom by himself. Like, and then they walked outside and left him in there. I was like, you didn't even wait for him. Like, you were like, oh yeah, he'll come back. And then, like, y'all left. And then, what else happened? Then, like, I didn't even understand why she split up with the family toward the end there. Because, like, I'm like, if you presumably just going back to pick up this bag, like, there were just lies going around everywhere. No one was being clear with each other. So, like, I just thought the adults were just, like, acting really dumb, which, like, I guess.
And then at the end, when Ludacris was like, we should just take the money, like, he's not going to honor the deal. And newsflash, he didn't. But then when they got to the thing and he had, like, taken some of the stacks, so he didn't take the full thing. It was almost like a compromise between their two ideologies. But then she was like, we got to return it. I'm like, who? Yeah. He was the bad guy you had to give it to. Like, what are you talking about? We got to return it. Where would this money go?
That was it felt like no one learned anything at the end of the movie. Like, everyone was like the exact same they were at the beginning, except, like, the big bad was dead now because, you know, but...
This was a very odd one.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, this movie's not confusing. Like, it's very straightforward. Yeah. It's just everyone makes decisions that you're like, if I were there, I wouldn't do that. Like, even when they were about to get run off the road, I was like, there's plenty of room for you to, like, turn around and just not get involved in this. Like, why don't we do that? Like, granted, it'll put you behind schedule, but better be behind schedule than, like, dealing with this bullshit. Like, why am I dealing with white guys blocking the road right now? Like, no thank you.
Yeah. And also, all about, like, equality and stuff, and, like, not like, okay, the man doesn't have to do everything, but the guy Reg did nothing. Like, Ludacris's character, he was kind of useless throughout most of the movie. Like, there was a lot of times where it seemed like he shouldn't be, like, you know, using his, like, I don't know, like, anything to help out. Like, they were, like, trying to bust out the window, and they had, like, the kid doing it. I was like, this dude's doing nothing. Like, he's just there for support, I guess, you know? But,
that was another thing. I was confused as to why he was coming with them. Because I was like, does he live with you? Because that's the thing. He didn't even, like,
help out with anything, it seemed. He was kind of just, like, there for company, I guess. Like...
I don't know.
But,
I don't know. I just knew he was the assistant manager of a Chick-fil-A, and every time they mentioned that was funny to me.
Yeah.
But...
I guess that was my last... I thought some of the dialogue felt a little stiff and, like, very, like, expository. Yeah, like, okay, we gotta explain the background of all these characters. Especially in the beginning. More so in the beginning. I thought that happened a lot, but toward the end it wasn't.
Okay, a point. It wasn't as bad at the end. I will say, I don't know if this will be. I guess this will be my last point because again, my whole gripe with this movie was that people were weird. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, when she picks up the road flares and like ends up using it at the end. Why did she need a road flare?
I didn't understand that. Road flare. I was like, where did that come from at the end? I don't remember when she picked that up.
Because at first she threw it. She was like, she was like, they could come for me. And then they came for her. I was like, is she just going to die now? Like, that's a interesting way to end this movie. Then she pulled out the road flare. And I first was like, I was like, where did she get that from? But then I remembered, like an hour, 20 minutes ago, that was the first scene of the movie where she buys road flares at a gas station. And I'm like, is this a thing people always do when they move? Yeah. Like, what? And I remember seeing that in the beginning, and I was like, this isn't coming into play at all. Like, what? Like, this isn't anything. Yeah. And for some reason, when it first started, I was like, is she about to, like, set up a roadblock, and this is how they, like, are on the run. She has her kids with her, but they're really thieves and, like, stealing things to, like, make their new life get started or something. Almost like a weird brother sister Bonnie and Clyde type thing. No, that was not it. She just bought road flares, and then it just ended up in the end. But it was like, that doesn't make sense why you bought them.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you needed road flares. So
very random. I totally. Like, I remember her going to the gas station. I didn't know what she bought. Wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh, racist town, nice. But
we exclusively stayed in racist towns in this movie.
Yeah, which I guess is kind of like, never mind. But all right, I guess, are we ready for ratings now, or did you have anything else?
Yeah, I'm ready for ratings, at least. I have nothing else.
Okay. You want to kick it off? Or?
Yeah. I gave this one a 2 out of 5. The biggest, my favorite part of this movie was that it was super duper short. Mm-hmm. And so it was just like, it was just a big, almost nothing of a movie because the characters don't make sense. That was just it. It's a good have on in the background if you don't like sitting in silence type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I think I enjoyed this one a little more. I gave it a 3. I did have fun with this one. Again, it's like that. It was like a really light, fun kind of movie. Again, the stakes were low. The acting was like pretty decent across the board. Queen Latifah did her thing. It's always kind of fun seeing Ludacris, and he did a lot of Fast and Furiousing, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah,
there was a lot of car chases in this one. A lot of just car scenes.
Yeah.
But
which was surprising.
Actually, it is called End of the Road. Maybe this does make sense. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. I'm like, there's a lot of car chases. I'm looking at the title, End of the Road. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, road.
But yeah, I had fun with this one overall. So I'll give it 3 stars. I guess final question: do you wish this was made sooner, or did we need something like this before now?
I don't think so. I like my Bonnie and Clyde idea better.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more fun, honestly. But yeah, I agree. I don't think we necessarily needed this one any earlier. Yeah, it's fine for now, But that was End of the Road. YouTube housekeeping: like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below, and we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye!
The stakes were low anyway, but like, damn, like...
Yeah, and I found that very odd. I found that very odd how low the stakes felt, considering what was like set up, which is that Ludacris stole the money. We need to give the money back, or else we're gonna kill you and your family. Like, inherently, those are very high stakes. Like, you don't want to die, and also someone like stole the money from her. So like, the stakes should be high, but they did not feel high.
Kidnapped, it didn't feel that high, Like, her whole son was gone. Yeah, it was just like, like, she'll get him back, I guess, But
yeah, it was really weird how they did that.
Yeah,
made the stakes so low while telling us that they were so high.